Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm bringing you my UMG Philadelphia post-event thoughts. UMG Philly ended about, I would say a couple hours ago, I don't know. And I figured I'd do this video while the event was still fresh in my mind and I can remember a lot of it. Probably by the time I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to forget most of it. So, yeah, I figured I'd knock this out now. And I probably won't upload it today, but I'll upload it tomorrow. So, yeah. Anyways, the gameplay you're going to be watching in the background is two separate games of 8s, which actually two separate halves of domination 8s. I dropped 22 and then I dropped 20, so don't think it's all the same game and I dropped 42 or anything. I do have a couple 40 bombs. I'll upload those for you guys eventually, but, yeah, just two really good halves. I thought I'd combine them together into one video for you guys because I need a little bit longer to speak, and it should be entertaining gameplay in the background. But anyways, let's move on to the actual commentary topic now. So I guess I'll just go down, what each team placed and what I predicted them placing and what I think about it. So yeah, so Complexity won once again, which I guess it's not really a surprise to too many people. They ended up beating TK in the finals. I believe they beat them 3-1. I think TK won the very first game, which was Dom, and then Complexity won the S&D. Complexity then won the Blitz, and then they won the second domination to 3-1 them. And yeah, they won it pretty convincingly, to be honest. It wasn't really too much of a struggle, especially that last domination and the Blitz. They blew them out. So Complexity's looking strong as ever. It was pretty interesting to see them play TK in the finals, obviously, because Clayster's on TK now, and they dropped him and everything. There's a little bit of drama there. Clay refused to shake Aches' hand, and then one time Karma clutched this 1v2. I think it was 1v2 in search, and they were all screaming at Clay. They're like, "That's why we picked him up and dropped you," and stuff. It was just entertaining to watch, funny stuff. Just overall, it was a pretty good event. A lot of entertaining matchups and a lot of 5-5 S&Ds and stuff, and a lot of really close games, a lot of close Blitz games, close Dom games. Just overall very entertaining event. But anyway, so that was the top two teams right there: Complexity in first, TK in second, and that's what I predicted as well. So I think I did a pretty good job predicting this event. I think I got I don't know, 4 or 5 predictions right, so I guess that's alright, I don't know. But anyways, moving on, Curse LV then placed in third, which I also predicted that as well. So I had the top 3 correct, so I think that's pretty good. I guess that's not that hard to do, but I think it's pretty solid. I think he did a pretty good job. But anyways, Curse LV came in third. They TK was the team that ended up eliminating them, and then after so I think it was Complexity beat Curse LV, sent them to losers, then TK beat Curse LV and eliminated them, and then TK went on to play Complexity and lose. So yeah, that's how it went, I'm pretty sure. They played well. They placed third, which is good for them. Obviously that's a team that their goal is first place, obviously, with the team that they have, but they definitely stepped it up from the last event. They placed 9th, I believe, at Columbus, so that's unacceptable for that team, and they needed to get this top 3 finish to put them back on the right mindset, especially since they're going to be moving into their team house here pretty shortly, I think in the next month or so. So that should be interesting as well to see how that whole dynamic works, because I don't know how it's going to be living in a house with Killa and Parasite all in the same house and stuff. So that's going to be weird, but we'll have to see, what goes on. So now in 4th place is Strictly Business. And I think I predicted Envy to come in 4th, and Envy actually did pretty bad, to be honest. But so Strictly Business got 4th, and I didn't predict them. I predicted them in top 8, but I didn't predict them in 4th simply because they made some roster changes, but it ended up working out really well because Saints is obviously a really good player. So even though they picked him up late, it still worked out, and they got 4th. They beat some solid teams, and I don't know, not really much else to say about that. Now the 5th place team is what actually kind of messed up my prediction. The 5th and the 6th place team messed up my predictions a little bit because these teams were I don't know, okay, so I think on New Year's Day there was team changes, and I made my predictions video on December 29th. Actually, I made it on December 28th, I think, and I uploaded on the 29th. So my predictions were a little bit off because this E-Girl Slayers team, I didn't even know it existed, and I didn't know about this Juke team either. So E-Girl Slayers placed in 5th. That was Nex and Revan's team, and they played with Mochilla and who was their 4th? Burnsoff, I think. From old VVV, I think, something like that. I don't know. So that was a team that just came in here and surprised a lot of people. They beat a lot of good teams, and they played really well. And that Mochilla dude is a fucking monster. He had a 25 kill half on I forgot who he did it to, but he had a couple 20 kill domination halves, and 30 kill blitzes and stuff. He was slaying people up. I was pretty surprised. That dude made a name for himself at this event for sure. I think he was a former pro back in the day. I didn't know anything about him. A lot of people didn't know anything about him, and then he came into this event and played really well. So he definitely built his reputation back up. And then obviously they have Nex and Revan, S&D. Well, Nex is at least the S&D star, and the Revan, he casts and he also plays, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, that team played really well, and just came out of nowhere, to be honest. There's kind of like a pickup team that just ended up doing really well. So, and then we have 6th place, we have Juke. That's Embo's and Spacely's team, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know who else is on that team, but they play 6. You know, Embo's and Spacely are both strong players, so I guess it's to be expected. I don't think that team's going to be staying around or anything. There should be a lot of roster changes coming up. If at the end of this video, if I have time, I'll probably talk a little bit about some roster changes that I think are going to happen. But anyways, so that was 6th place, and then 7th place was FaZe. I had FaZe coming in the top 8, I'm pretty sure. My top 8, the 2 teams that I had coming in top 8 that didn't end up coming in top 8 was Denial and Fear, but I'll talk about that at the end if I have time. Anyways, FaZe came in 7th. I think that's pretty good for that team. You know, one good thing I could say is for JCap, they beat Optic Gaming, so that has to feel good for JCap at least, and good for him beating the team that drops you. It's always a nice feeling. And then we have in 8th place we have Elevate, and that was another team. That was so FaZe knocked Optic into losers. And then Elevate, I'm pretty sure, beat them in losers and eliminated them from the tournament. So that's another team. I had them as like an honorable mention of possibly placing top 8, and they did. So there you go. And then we have 9th place, we have Optic, and 10th place, we have Envy. So let me talk about these 2 teams for a second. I had Envy placing a lot better. You know, Envy seems to lose Game 5, 6-5 S&Ds, like 11th round. Yeah, 11th round, 5th game, S&Ds a lot. They seem to do that a lot, so they need to, like, clutch. I don't know, they, like, become more clutch, you know what I mean? But they fucked up, so we'll see what happens. I think they might have a team change. I don't know. Maybe. But anyways, now let me talk about Optic. So my video, I made the predictions video. I believe Big Timer hadn't announced his retirement yet. So I said, you know, something needs to change after this event. And, well, there you go. Big T's going to be retiring from playing. He's going to be the coach. So Optic Gaming is now looking for a 4th. It's, you know, it's Nadeshot, Scumpy, and Ricky, and they're looking for one more. Who that's going to be, I don't really know. Optic Gaming can literally pick from basically anyone from any team except for Complexity. I don't think anyone from Complexity would leave that to go to Optic. But pretty much all the other teams, maybe Rambo. I don't think actually, no. Okay, I'll say there's a couple other people that, like Rambo, Merc, and JCap. I don't think any of them would go back to Optic. But other than that, I think literally anyone from any team is available for Optic. So we'll have to see who they end up picking up. But yeah, I mean they did do better than Columbus. So I guess Ricky did help them out, but they didn't really do well. So can't really say that much. I think Columbus, they were like 13th, and now they're 9th. So I mean they did a little bit better, but nowhere near their standards. So anyways, moving on. Then in 10th was Envy. 11th was Justice, which I had them placing top 8, I think. No, did I? I don't know. I think I had them as an honorable mention. You know, they dropped Study, so that kind of didn't really help their case. So I don't know. I think they were like 3rd at Columbus, but then they didn't really do that well at this event. And then 12th place was Beatty, which was the fucking S&D star team with TJ Haley and Zuma, whoever else fuck is on that team, all those GB S&D stars. They placed 12th. So, I mean, they're not really good at respawn from what I saw, but they are good at S&D, so congratulations to them. And then Denial placed 13th, Curse New York placed 14th, and Adversity in 15th, and Fuse in 16th. So that was the top 16 teams. I think, what is it? Fear didn't even place top 16. I think they placed top 24 or something. Dito tweeted out it was his worst placing ever, so kind of sucks for them. He'll probably end up leaving that team. But anyways, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more thoughts about UMG Philly, leave it in the comment section below. But other than that, be sure to leave a like rating on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. And check out all the links in the description. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.